Hello guys, welcome back. I know it has been a while, but I just woke up and Devblog 59 has dropped. We're just gonna go straight into it. Felipe, the lead programmer, this month I've been primarily focused on the Elder system, which the current roster is having their curbs put in for players who meet the requirements once they become adult. We had to replace the growth curve system to allow more entries, which will help us to easily edit and balance normal and prime elders, but also allow even more expansion in the future if we want that. All the curves have been set up and the elders morph targets are also functional. We will be setting up some UI systems and specific animations to use in the elder stage, and after that it can go to QA for some balance testing. Yeah, that's good to hear. Hopefully elders in the next 2 months or so, from what they're saying. Rex Crush still had bug work to do, but it seems to have run out of edge cases that we can find, so it seems this will be ready almost directly after Trike's release. So they're releasing Trike. Okay. Besides those bugs, I also worked on human locomotion and traversal systems. The focus was to establish a base locomotion system to use, but in a way that we can easily maintain and continue to develop. Most importantly, we wanted to include features from Epic and supporting modding feature in the future. That's it for now, see you soon. Okay, modding coming to this game would be really helpful in the wake of waiting months for updates. We can actually have some other form of content. Ariel, programmer. I started the month with a bit more work on climbing features of Hera and Hypsi, which now also made it to QA testing and will be released alongside Triceratops. I've also altered the Ceratopsin's thrash attack to make its activation much more strict on quick double clicks, so there should be far less accidental activations when still being able to quickly use it whenever desired. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to actually be able to climb with Hypsi. I feel like it'll make it a lot more viable. Afterwards, I continued to work on Pteranodon's new takeoff and fix some issues related to thermals and slipstreams. The end of my month has me starting on a new feature that will provide Pteranodon and other animals with a new, more interactive way to hunt small animals and fish. It's in early stages now. Okay. I guess we'll see where that goes. Tapuin. I've had more plants on my plate for this week, as some edits for the Giga Elder model. It's got some fan favorite elements from the older Giga model that's making a comeback in its more wizened age. And it's got that neck gullet looking thing. They always look good on Giga. On the plant side, I've been working on essentially living barbed wire. The very angry looking razorbark plant, it needs to attach itself just about anywhere within reason, which is why I gave it little graspers that the plant could use to adhere to walls or other not so upright surfaces. The idea of it needed to get across to was try to pass through me and you're in for a bad game. It needs to be thick and absolutely covered in spikes. Even the bark of the stem, I wanted to look jagged and unpleasant to touch. Okay, so this is kind of like the blackberry bush of the Isle, I guess. No one wants to touch because it's just gonna cut you up. I'm assuming it'll just deal crazy bleed damage to you. Yeah. Look at that. Tepin's a crazy artist. This looks so good. I'm wondering how they'll actually implement this into the game though. Some of you might remember the other one on the list, the old concept that's been floating around and is getting some name and home. The Arborist Redwood. Oh yeah, I've been so needing that biome. I've always pictured the plant having some influence from the type H strain, which is where the extreme growth and armored appearance would come from. Also, why the tree bears some resemblance with the Metallivore plant. Oh, look at this, guys. Yeah, that is some crazy tree design. I'm not sure if this is just going to be like every tree or if this will just be like in some places, but this does look sick. Different SketchUp. Oh, it does kind of look like a certain human body part though. Moving on. Yeah, I think I prefer the first one, where it's like growing out of the dying old layer. Wedge sound design. This month I've been rounding out Triceratops' suite of sounds. The remaining adult sounds have been created, including sparring, which has been implemented, horns and all. Just wrapping up some attenuation and volume so these big brutes can be heard from afar when shoving one another around. I have made my way through the majority of juvenile Triceratops sounds, as well with its sparring and a few other erroneous sounds remaining. It's been quite the undertaking, but the Triceratops is very soon to be audio complete after some testing and quality of life passes over its sound suit. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard the newish trike sounds that they changed, but it sounds so much better now. I know some people don't really like it because, I get the loyalty to the old sounds, but the new ones do sound really nice. I have also added sounds to Hypsi's new latched animations and some improvements to the setup of the new foliage audio system, making more adjustments to the behavior that dictates how volume, the mix of layers, and attenuation scale with the speed and size of the dinosaur. Yeah, that always sounds amazing, even if I don't fully get what that means. Hypno QA lead. Alright. Originally, our plan for the horde test was to evaluate the Triceratops on its own, then Tyrannosaurus, and then finally both. However, we've decided to skip directly testing them both together following the release of Triceratops to the Evrima branch. This adjustment is essential as the additional stage was determined to be counterproductive given how long the initial testing has taken. While we'll continue to refine them after release, they need to be in a solid state at launch. Yeah, I think I get that because Rex has taken a fair while now, and they've also had plenty of time testing Trike, so I'm assuming Trike's been smoothed out enough to be just put in the main branch and give everyone in the main branch some content, because I know the horde test after the hype kind of dies down, so if you want to play Trike and also have some full servers, it gets a bit difficult. QA has been busy this month, primarily on Triceratops, ensuring that all its mechanics are functioning correctly with the existing systems. While it does share the same ability as Diabloceratops' spine, it weighs a heck of a lot more and it goes beyond its subadult phase, meaning that we had to check its interactions past this point and made sense for an animal of that size. We're comfortable that the Triceratops is working as intended in our latest QA test. We'll be prepping it for its official Evrima release, which we are aiming to have released sometime next week. Okay, cool. And I'm assuming soon-ish we'll get Rex in the horde test, but then again, I was assuming we'd get Rex months ago, so I guess we'll see. In other news, we're going to be sending this update with some other new features and quality of life changes, including the long-awaited Hypsi climbing feature. Oh, okay. Hypsi climbing? Let's see. If it's a car anywhere. Okay, so it's kind of like directional. But you can jump from tree to tree. I really, really, really hope you can nest in the trees as Hypsi. Like, having a little nest with you and your other Hypsi and your little babies looking down on the land, that'd be fire. Acting almost like a hybrid between Pteranodon and the latching Herosaurus climbing systems, the Hypsi is now capable of latching onto objects, but with the difference that it cannot move as freely as Herosaurus can. This requires the Hypsi to have some consideration on where it's latching onto. Once latched, the player can jump and re-latch to another plant. This utilizes its charge jump ability, and launching over itself to even greater heights. Taking your time between jumps will preserve your stamina, and knowing which paths to take during a vertical ascent are key. This feature is the foundation for us to expand on its potential systems, such as being able to create nests within trees. Yeah. Give me those nests. Kiss and kitten. producer. She's always got a lot to tell us. That's never a bad thing. We've been toiling pretty hard getting things properly in order with horde testing, which has been challenging and taken longer than we'd like, unfortunately. Classic case of surprise bugginess, but we grabbed a shoe and went to work. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that no one probably expected for it to take this long, but it has, and at the end of the day, we can't do anything about it but hope, because I guess, the Isle is built on hope. The team has expanded, so there's new faces, internal shifts, various system mechanic interaction tweaks, overhauls, etc., so it has been quite busy. Many of those changes should roll out with the release of Triceratops, who's getting its missing sounds plugged in so we can get that oomph in there. It's a big animal with big bellows. That's still more to do yet. Now we've got more hands, ears. Interesting. I don't really know what she means by get that oomph in there, but if it means tracks coming, I'm not gonna complain. We've been making some combat changes here and there. A few changes to recovery times on abilities that should allow you to respond in combat in more ways more appropriate to the animal, so you won't feel as stuck in certain instances. Those alterations will be doled out over time since we'll be going on a case-by-case basis, but won't change all of those instances should they be placed there deliberately. But for the instances we agree are unintended and break the intended flow, we'll look to take those shackles off, free up your movement a bit, and make some abilities/interactions more responsive. That's always fire. The animation team has been crushing it. They're tearing through Avaceratops animations in record time. Really goes a long way when the dinosaurs behave, and the Avaceratops has been a gem to work with, but it won't have anything to do with their demeanor on the island. I'd be careful tangling with one. The animation team has also largely completed the non-unique animations for the baryonyx, so it will be entering its holding pen, waiting its introduction onto the Isle alongside Osteoraptor, Allosaurus, and Kentra. Oh, tell me more. I'm exceptionally proud of and impressed by the efforts, and they should be as well. I'll scrounge up some clips of you guys and give you a peek at the process of rig checking for the Oviraptor and test animation for the Ovlet. Is that a baby Oviraptor? Be good to each other, doodles. Barry, its non-unique animations are done, and we know Ostro, Alan, and Kentra are coming eventually. I mean, going off hope here. This is all really good news. Now let's get into these photos. Okay, so this is like eating a whole plant whole, swallowing. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, if you've ever seen them. It's like the video is called "Trolling the Isle Players as AI," and like someone goes in as an Avaceratops and they pretend to be AI calling, and then they like jump juvenile dinosaurs. That's always what I think about when I see this dinosaur. Some more like chewing on like, I'm assuming it's like a bush. And what's this? This is probably like a knocked down plant that they're eating off the ground. And this is probably a higher plant on one of those longer bushes with all those little yellow plants they have to spend 20 minutes eating to fill up your stomach and diet. Okay. Another little nibble of a plant. I like how it's just very delicate with the way it's nibbling. Another grab. I mean, yeah, it is pretty crazy how much they're getting done, but it's always amazing to see. Another grab animation. Same. I'm assuming this is like a digging. I don't know what you'd be digging at. Unless it's like a nesting, but I feel like maybe. I'm not sure, I can't even read what that text is there. Oh yeah, so I guess we have a new name for this dinosaur, the Backshotosaurus, because this is some turbulence. That's all I can say. Wow. I'm not sure how they're going to utilize this in the game, but I'm sure maybe this is the egg making animation, recording animation. For all we know, I guess they might have been feeling a bit freaky in the animator. And we have a little. Is this like a threat display? Something like that. I don't know. My mind went to the idea that, I don't know, it's like when a moral officer sprays its snot in your face and it's getting disorientated or something, but it's probably like a threat display or a 3-call or something. And this is like alt turn, I think, something like that. And we have it just being a chill guy, just chilling, sniffing around. Yeah. Then we have. Is this I think it's is it foliaging? Yeah, where it's like smelling something. That might have been what the other one was, where it's like found like something. Does that mean it's gonna be an omnivore? Because I can't remember if they said it was or not. Oh, actually, you know what this probably is? It's probably digging up the roots in the ground. That's probably what those 2 animations are. Then we have a big attack, big bite. I'm assuming this is like to gore, it'll cause bleed. And we have, what's this? Now, looking at these two, I'm assuming that these two are gonna be able to collide with other dinosaurs. Or maybe it's like just an attack that like you bounce off or something, but I feel like you wouldn't bounce off anything unless it was you and another Ava charging at each other or something. Because it was like an Omniraptor, you probably would just stun it. And this is it getting hit by an Avaceratops, I think. So imagine this is this one hitting this one. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's like a little attack on each other. Oh my, just baryonyx. I need it, bro. So we've got another baryonyx animation here. I'm gonna try to keep myself together. Doing a little alt bite. Then we have another alt bite, always amazing. Barry's just so amazing at doing its animations. Wow. Then we have this duck ass walk for a duck type animal. Makes enough sense. But yeah, if I see this thing walking at me, I know it's like better have its way with me and there's nothing I can do, I'll just let it happen. And so this is the rigging. Yeah, I'm assuming like for the animations and crap, this might be some of the stuff they move about. Moving on. Little baby. So this is the whatever they call that, Ovi baby. I mean, I do like the fact that it looks like a baby chicken and a fully grown chicken, kind of like real life chickens. And I wonder if they'll ever add in a feature where it can like shed its feathers and kind of like a naked Ovi, naked chicken type of thing. I guess we'll see. Wow, that's it. Wow, I can't even like it. Wow. Oh yeah, that is the Devblog today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And yeah, until next time.